And we are back. It is the backwards nameplates that somehow my change didn't go through on the caster's plates. It is not Kendo and Kendo. It is Kendo and Inanimate J. Final match of week 4. You should just have... No. You're still Kendo. It was Kendo and Kendo. Yeah, I was shilling for you. I was shilling for you, Kendo. Final match of week 4 about to take place here. It is the Platinum League taking center stage to close things out. It'll be the Knights and the Foxes as they face off cross-conference here in the Platinum League. Kendo, you talking to me a little bit off-air about these two teams. Tale of two seasons between them here.
The Knights have had a little bit of a struggle early on in their season in their first 3 series, 4-11, and it's a painful 4-11. Whereas the Foxes, the counter exact opposite of the spectrum, as they have started out on fire. Fitting, because El Fuego is the Firefox, correct?
Yes.
But 11-4. So we literally have 2 teams with inverted records going up against each other in week 4 here.
Yeah, as your flailing went completely muted. It was slightly intentional. One of my buttons on my stream deck didn't fire, but no problem. No problem. It was entertaining, to say the least. I mean, I was just flailing and
pointing.
You're flailing and pointing at the bottom of the bottom of your screen. No problem. No, we'll get these players onto the pitch here to get this one underway shortly.
F in the chat. # blame Daz.
It is always Dazman's fault.
Manatee, I expect an emote.
I don't even think Manatee's been here tonight in the chat. I'm sure someone.
He does watch the VODs. I know that much. He watches the VODs for emotes. But yes, we are underway. Game 1. We have the Knights in red, the Foxes in their standard orange, and looking quite uniform. Not as uniform as they normally do, as Bravo's rocking the best car in the world, as the Chiefs would say.
I mean, if you like not winning challenges.
Shots fired, and Goose is going to fire a shot off. The first goal is going to go to the Foxes here.
The only reason Bravo wins that challenge is he got there first. If that was a pure 50-50, wouldn't have gotten there at all. It would have been Octane all day, but does enough to get it upfield. Puts it in is Goose as the teammates collect each other up, and it's a 1-0 lead for the Foxes.
Tell me how your words taste, Jay. This face-off is going to go to the Foxes' end. It is centered for Suitable Troy. That's a very interesting name on the Knights side there. Suitable Troy, Prince Blueberry. Now, Prince Blueberry being a knight, does that mean he's a knight prince? He is going to push this ball all the way to the other end, taking advantage of touch by Brava here.
This one, Brava just gets a little too loose with his touch, brings it down, and lets it get a little too far in front of him. So Prince Blueberry has an easy attempt at getting his nose, to that one right upfield. Nobody on home. 1-1.
Ball on the face-off is going to go to the side. Goose is there. Puts it into the Knights' end, but this is going to be cleared. Prince Blueberry, he is up. Brava, big save coming across. Ball still in the Fox's end. Goose is able to make a nice pinch to put it into the corner. He will stay on the ball here. Great pass to Brava, and this is going to be pushed into the Knights' end. Lofted up by Goose. Suitable Troy is going to take possession. This is a pass to Blueberry, who puts it towards the net. Not quite on. Ball up off the backboard, and Bravo will clear it away. Ball now in the Knights' end. Prince Blueberry controlling the ball up on the wall. Goose is there to interfere. He's able to get the ball away from him, and Bravo will clear. This is going to be back towards the open net, but Prince Blueberry will come across and make sure that ball doesn't go in.
Yeah, not quite enough power by Bravo out of the corner. It was a good attempt. It was on target, just not enough velocity to get that upfield, and then eats that bump from Prince Blueberry. Didn't quite get the demo there. Not able to get that underneath the bar, and the Knights will have a chance to break out.
Goose keeping the ball in the Knights' corner. The pressure has been unrelenting on the Foxes. An overcommit now. Blueberry will take it all the way back to the other side. This will be centered, and Goose is able to get a nose on it. Still in the box as Goose now comes across, is able to clear it away. Ball drops on the nose of Brava. Gets around one, and it is up. It is still in the dangerous position. Goose not able to put it in. Troy's going to put it to the side.
But really just had to get up to that ball before it fell far enough that Troy was going to be able to play it away. It's a good pass by Brava. Goose on the rotation will finish it off as the Foxes take the lead. Their pressure finally paying off.
Absolutely, and pressure has been the name of the game so far for the Foxes. While the first 2 goals were a little bit, I don't want to say fluky, but they were a little bit due to missed touches and missed rotations, we're seeing really good pressure by the Foxes here early on, and not a lot of offensive pressure being put on by the Knights.
The Knights really struggling to take control of the ball and get it into good positions where they can transition to offense. When they get it into the Foxes' end, it's a chance like that, one chance that goes into the corner. They don't have any follow-up pressure that really lets them get a couple of shots and pull the Foxes out of position.
Oh, a great center by Troy. Blueberry is not there to get around it. This will be cleared by Brava. Suitable Troy centers it. Goose is there to put it towards the net. Blueberry clears it away. Ball now in the Foxes, and Blueberry pushes it up, but Bravo is going to clear it. Big clear all the way back into the Knights' end. This is going to center. Missed touch. Goose is going to retain, and this is just slowly heading towards the net. The 50-50 will put it to the side.
And the Knights finally getting themselves a little bit more composed, not panicking on their clears, and they get the ball under control. But again, caught out at midfield, back in transition now, having to defend against the Foxes' pressure, which at this point is bordering on unrelenting.
Unrelenting indeed. They remind me of a team. I just can't put a finger on the name. Now, great pass by Goose to Brava. Back to Goose. This is going to go in. Brava already with a playmaker here.
Don't let Kendo fool you. He knows exactly what team he's talking about, and I'm not going to indulge him. Good pressure by Bravo. Picks that ball up in the corner as, again, the Knights really failing to get good contact on the clear. Goes right out in front for Goose. Bravo to Goose. 3 goals. 3-1 lead.
I get it now. I got it now. It's the Season 5 Lightning. That's what they remind me of. Goose now putting it towards the net. Suitable Troy not able to get high enough. And Goose is going to score another goal. 4 for him.
Prince actually going all the way into the Foxes' net, to try and pick up the boost there. Left his teammate on an island trying to defend. It's a good shot. Just caught Troy a little bit too far out of net. Wasn't able to read the flight of the ball.
Here comes Brava. Ball's going to get cleared all the way back to the Foxes' end. A misplay by Goose is going to see a shot on net, and the Knights are going to cut into that lead. It is 2-4 now.
Might be a little bit late here, but they catch Goose on the missed touch here. Prince Blueberry right up onto that ball. Good targeting inside that top 90. Exactly what they need, but it might just come a little bit too late.
I am not going to count anybody out right now. Good face-off will go towards the Foxes' end. Quick on the ball where the Foxes, though, to clear it back to the Knights' end. With 21 seconds left, the Foxes maintaining the ball in that Knights' corner, just passing it back and forth to each other. They'll let this ball slowly go back into the corner once again. Goose and Brava maintaining possession in this last 5, 3, 2, 1, and this ball is going to drop. We'll see the Foxes winning Game 1, 4-2.
Good play by the Foxes. They took their chances well, and that's the important thing in a league like this. You're going to get chances. It's the Platinum League. There are going to be mistakes made. We know that for a fact. It's the team that makes sure that they can capitalize on those chances that will come out ahead.
Absolutely, but I really do like the way that the Foxes came out. The pressure was there, especially at the end. Like, you look at what they were doing at the end. Excuse me. You look at what they did there at the end. They kept the possession. They didn't have to do too much to keep the lead when you're up by 2 with 30 seconds left, but they didn't even give the Knights an opportunity to go for a win. They kept it in that Knights corner, and the Knights weren't able to do anything about it.
Exactly. They played their game, and that's the really effective thing about that kind of pressure, is that it just becomes so suffocating that there's nothing you can do about it in the end.
Absolutely. We're going to seep into game 2. The Foxes and the Knights. On a beautiful... now, have we established this is the last game that we're going to have here on Farmstead? Is this evening or is it morning?
You know, let's just say it's evening. It feels like the egg people would watch this kind of spectacle in the evening.
I would agree. And it's almost like it's on a... if you've ever seen dirt track racing, I might be letting my Kansas show a little too much here, as this ball is flying in the middle. Prince Blueberry is going to get touched down, but it's still just barely off, and now the Foxes have an opportunity here, coming back the other way to punish. But the ball will go over Goose's head, and he will take possession, pushing it backward. Ball is in the Foxes' end. Brava, nice hit. This was almost able to get by Suitable Troy. He's able to push it to the side. Goose, great 50-50. This is going to be up in a dangerous spot. Prince Blueberry pushes it to the side. Prince pushes it to the side, not Prince Blueberry. Well, I don't know what I was going for there, Jay.
Prince Blueberry Bush? Prince
Blueberry Bushberry?
I don't know, Ken. No, your brain decided to shut down for a brief second.
Oh my. Well, Brava now. This ball is going to be back towards the net, off the post, and out. Now, a little bit of an overcommit. Blueberry is going to have Brava one-on-one touch there in the corner. Brava pushing it out. Suitable Troy there to push it back to the middle. Missed by Goose, is going to see a shot on net, and the Knights are going to get the first goal.
Unfortunately, Brava coming back through net just got a little bit too far away from this one. Never gets to react to the shot by Prince Blueberry that goes back across the face of goal into that bottom corner. She probably had to pull the break a little sooner. Kendo would have had the chance to make that save.
Very close indeed, but good pressure so far by the Knights. Goose going to push it out to Brava. This is going to be shot just off to the side. Goose trying to maintain in the corner. Brava will do so. It's going to be lofted high. Goose taking a nice touch. Keeps the ball in the Knights corner where Blueberry will pick it up. Pushes it over. Brava overcommitted just a little bit, and the Knights are going to score a second goal here.
Yeah, the quick Red Knight jumps over the lazy Fox. Brava just drifting up towards midfield, kind of lazily, to be honest. Just gets caught out by that long shot, catches him kind of in mid-stride in a spot that he really can't do anything about it.
Face off. Brava getting a demo there. Score one for the Dominus mains. Ball in the Knights' end. Brava misses the touch here. Goose is going to compete for the ball, though. The overcommit is going to see a 2-on-1 as Blueberry is able to put it into the Fox's end. This will be centered. Brava, great clear away, gets it over everyone's hair back to the Knights' side. Goose going to put a shot towards the net. Brava almost looks like Brava interfered with the potential shot on net there.
And really hard to say that the Fox is getting a little... channeling Captain Fuego at the moment, just taking every demo that they can and disrupt the Knights. The difficulty right now, though, they've run out of boost to try and sustain this offense, and that's really unfortunate for them, because they need to start generating chances down by 2.
Brava, after the fact, going for that double demo right there. I think that's what he was going for in net on the offensive chance earlier. I really like the attitude, though, as he demos. This ball is in the Knights' possession. A great touch by Blueberry over to Suitable Troy, who is going to finish that off. What a play by the Knights. Somebody clip that.
A really good job by the Knights there. Prince Blueberry just enough tip to get that back to Troy after the initial hold at midfield there. It's an important goal. It puts this one just about out of reach of the Foxes right now at 3-0 with a minute and a half to go.
We've seen wilder things before, but we'll see what happens in this game number 2. Brava now taking possession. He's going to push it across to Goose, who's going to put a nice little touch towards the backboard. Brava now. This is going to be a floater. Blueberry is up, and he's able to put it to the side. Great save by him. Troy clearing it out. Brava, missed touch. This is going to go center. Blueberry, this shot towards the net, not quite on. It's in a dangerous spot. Troy drops it down, and the Knights are now 4-0 leaders.
In this game, the Foxes have struggled incredibly more than they did last game in keeping the ball out of their end. They have not had a significant stretch of possession in the Knights' end this game, and it shows on the scoreboard right now.
Brava will clear the kickoff. Both Foxes are going to overcommit. This might go back the other way, but Brava beats everyone with the ball. Here's Brava, pushing it back to the Knights' end. Nice initial touch. Goose is there, unable to get around it, and Blueberry will take possession. Ball careens back to the corner with 30 seconds left. The time is ticking on the Foxes to try to put at least a consolation goal, maybe even a little more pressure on the Knights as we are looking towards the rest of this series.
Yeah, that missed touch on the defensive end by Bravo will probably just about snuff that one out unless Goose can get this long early. Can, but Prince Blueberry will knock that aside, and it's really just a sudden shift in the Knights' play. They got a lot more aggressive, they got a lot better positioning at midfield, and that pressure really started to mount on the Foxes' end.
Absolutely, and yeah, the pressure completely shifted. It didn't seem like the Foxes were able to establish the pressure the way that they had it established before. They were still trying for the pressure, and they whiffed a couple times, and we saw balls go back the other way for easy goals for the Knights. But really, the Foxes, they didn't change their game plan up too much. They might need to either adjust or try to figure out why this pressure didn't sink in quite the way it did in the first game.
A lot of it just came down. A lot of it, Kendall, really just came down to the ball control for the Foxes. They didn't have that same quality of control this game as they did last game, and that shows a lot in the amount of shots that they gave up. They had a similar number of shots between the Knights, but every single one of those ones from the Knights, for the most part, was on net. Whereas for the Foxes, they just really couldn't find that rhythm and generate the consistent pressure that they had last game that led to the win.
Absolutely. Quick reminder, once again, if you see a clip like that one that Taku clipped earlier of the great pass by Blueberry that was able to get a nice finish there in that game, make sure you post it on Twitter and hashtag it MLDPOTW. It is the Balls Guarana play of the week. Face off for Brava. This is going to go now to the side. The Knights have the ball. Great demo by Brava, but this is going to be a mistouch. He's going to go back, and that right there, Jay, is where the flat car does come in handy.
I mean, it's okay.
Brava now. Good challenge. This is going to fall to Goose. Wow. Moose, Goose. You could tell that they'll... Never mind. You could tell working with a moose.
The moose is loose on the goose and the
hoose.
At
the same time.
The moose is loose
really
on the goose
and
the
the hoose. Really messed up with my wordplay there.
It's all right.
It's terrible. Don't clip that, anybody. Anyway, ball now still in the Knights' end. We're just going to see if the Foxes can reestablish that pressure in the danger zone. It flies up for Goose, and suitably, he's able to convert in the danger zone.
I'm just going to let you have that pun. It's a big miss, though, by the Knights in there, and Troy getting beat.
What? You can keep on going, by all means.
Nah, we're good. We're good. I'm just going to let you have that one. I'm just gonna
we were on a highway, Jay.
Nope. This has gone on just a little bit too far.
Okay. Looks like I'm fired, ladies and gentlemen. Once again. Ball now. It is in the Fox's box. Blueberry will take it up the corner. Unable to make a touch on it. Now Goose and Bravo taking it up together. Bravo with a little bit of a odd second touch is able to continue his possession there. Pushes the ball completely across. Blueberry picks it up. It's in the Fox's end. And Bravo will clear it. All the way back now to the Knights side. This will be up for Goose. Almost gets the touchdown, and that would have been impressive.
The good threes play when you hit it hard off the backboard like that, but in twos, when you've already had that first pass set up from your teammate, you really have to make sure that that one either goes in or goes away into the corner, because when it comes off hard, flat off the backboard like that, the other team pointed back towards your net usually has a runaway, but Bravo looks for the cutback, just can't quite get it past the last defender.
Nice dunk by Blueberry. We're going to see a 2-on-1 for a little bit. Brava able to defend it, though. Cherry picking is Goose and puts it all the way back into the Knights' end. Prince Blueberry there takes possession, gets it out into the Fox's corner. Goose once again over. A little bit of possessional ping pong as this ball has gone back and forth twice now in a series of 20 seconds. Goose will center it for Bravo. Bravo quick to that ball. Thankfully is able to get it over both Knights who are oncoming and trying to put a shot on net.
Right now the Foxes, sorry Kendo to cut you off, but they're just a little bit scrambly. They've got the lead, but a couple of touches at midfield or in their own corners are starting to worry me a bit. They're playing laterally in their own end, and that's really dangerous if they're not really aggressive to the ball to challenge after the first touch. Prince Blueberry has the ball. He's going to let it fall off the wall. Good patience there. Great touch. This is going to be towards center, but Goose going to clear it out. Now they're both waiting. A little bit of miscommunication by the Foxes there. Blueberry comes across. He gets a quick touch on it. Opportunity for a pass. This is to Troy. Great pass and a great shot by the Knights, and that is the equalizer. And unfortunately, the Foxes, like I say, just played a little bit too long in their own end. Nobody coming out to challenge that one. Blueberry out to Troy. It's a really well-positioned pass. It's just inside that space that the Foxes can't defend effectively. It works to tie the game. With 1:13 left, we are tied 1-1 and a demo by Brava. And it'd be interesting if we had demo stats on him so far. I think that's about 6 here in 3 games. Now, ball is in the Fox's end. Bravo will pick it up. Got it on the hood. Almost gets a nice first flick. This is going to drop down in the box. Goose is there for the first touch, but Prince Blueberry almost able to put that shot on net. Bravo quickly to the other side. This will be a nice 50-50 that Prince Blueberry will come across and clear away. Nice take possession. This ball will go to the Fox's corner. Goose is there. Brava almost getting a touch on that pass as Goose. This is going to be slightly errant, but he's going to put a nice shot on net, and the Foxes take the lead with 23 to go. Well, that's a huge miss for the Knights. They had the opportunity to put that one in with the Foxes' nets relatively unguarded. I got it, you take it. Goose says, sure, why not? I'll just go straight up Main Street and take the lead. Nice double touch by Brava, blocking both of the Knights there in the face-off box. This ball is up. Brava almost gets a touch on net. This is an overcommit. This is going back the other way. Goose might be able to get to it. He does. 5 seconds left. The ball is back towards the net. Brava, great clear, and the Foxes will win game 3, 2-1. I feel like the Knights had their chance there, but Prince Blueberry, trying to get it upfield quickly, front flipped it away from himself and gave the distance between himself and the ball too much room between the ball and Goose. And that's what let Goose get back into position so easily to save that one. But a really good response game from the Foxes after losing the last one. It was a little bit tighter than I think they would have wanted, and you and I touched on that a little bit in the cast. They just weren't quite playing effectively with the ball in their end. And they're really lucky, I think, having been outshot, to not lose that game.
Absolutely. And the thing that I noticed was it didn't seem like, again, that they were able to get very good possessions in the Knights' end. A lot of the offensive chances that they had were just punishes on the Knights' overcommit. So it seems like there might have been a little bit of shift in the mentality for the Foxes, as they weren't quite able to get to the pressure they had in game one.
It's true, but at the same time, you don't necessarily have to create chances. You simply have to make sure that you make the chances that you're given count. As a look at Stream Alerts shows Minimaki with the $10 sub for the 5th month in a row. So thank you for your continued support.
He just wants that J-gasm. Wait, no. Which one is it that you have to pay the extra for?
I can't remember.
Is it, J-OK. He wants the J-OK.
Well, to be honest, that's not my favorite of the emotes.
To be honest, all the emotes are pure gold. This is up for a Goose. He gets interfered with by Suitable Troy, and Troy there. Great job keeping Goose away from the potential play. This now is going to go quickly back the other way. Troy almost gets a pass to Blueberry, but Blueberry unable to get a nose on it. Brava has the ball, pushing the ball. This will be center, but Blueberry will push it back to the side. Rotation game almost on point there as Prince Blueberry will take a shot on net from long distance. The second opportunity, Suitable Troy able to get a pass straight onto Blueberry, who is waiting there in the middle of the net.
Brava's mistake was having to jump to try and play that ball. As soon as he left the ground and had to flip, he lost any ability to follow up when he wasn't able to get the power into the corner on the clear. Might have been a little bit easier to catch it had he been in an Octane.
I see what's going on as Brava quickly silences you with a goal to make up for the mistake.
Errant touch by Troy into that corner there. Has to keep that ball close to him or follow it up the boards, but that touch into the bounce, almost always a pass to the other team, and that's the capitalization on opportunities I was talking about for the Foxes.
Ball off the face-off is going to go to the Knights corner, where Prince Blueberry is controlling. A little bit of an interesting touch as he flicks into Goose. And Goose unable to make a touch to put it back. Suitable Troy now. That is going to be a nice shot. It'll go off the crossbar and out. Brava quickly puts it back into the Knights' end. Unable to get around it on the touch. Prince Blueberry bringing it back up. Goose is there to push it back towards the Knights' side. The pressure is back on for the Foxes here, as Goose gets another nice touch. This is going to be towards center. Prince Blueberry is up, and that was a very nice clear.
A good clear. Unfortunately, not a great follow-up, though, as Troy goes in, doesn't win the challenge against Goose, although gets a couple of demos for his follow-up efforts, and that might put the Foxes on the back foot.
Absolutely. All day in the world, as both Knights are going to commit to this. The backflip into the ball for Prince Blueberry. Very well done by him, trying to stay with that opportunity.
It's a really effective tactic to put a ball that you don't have a great shot on directly at a defender, especially at this skill level. A lot of the times they'll be forced into trying to play that ball and put it in a better spot for you to take a follow-up shot.
Face-off goes to the Knights. It'll be quickly into the Foxes' end, where Brava will clear it back. Brava, this is going to fall center, but Prince Blueberry up on the wall. Great touch around. Goose overcommits, and Prince Blueberry will pick it up. This will be a chance Dropping it down, but not quite there is Suitable Troy for the pass. Probably a good decision, though, not to go after that one.
Yeah, probably a good decision, but right now they're still stuck in this corner, and at the moment, that boost globe being won more frequently by the Knights. The Foxes, again, loose ball here. They don't get this clear, and that's something they have to correct here, especially down a goal.
Brava, great clear. This is going to go all the way across. Suitable Troy is able to push it to the corner. Goose. This is up, and it's towards Prince Blueberry, who puts a nice clear on, and that will be counted as a save. Ball in the center for Suitable Troy. Pushing it now is Brava. This will go back to the Knights' end. As a demo on the back end, we'll see Goose taken completely out of any sort of offensive opportunity there. Blueberry and Suitable Troy, a little bit of an overcommit here as Goose will clear it out into the Knights' end. Ball still in the Knights' corner. Blueberry now takes possession. Gets a nice initial touch, and that was a pitch that almost saw pay dirt for the Knights. Quickly back the other way. There is Goose and Prince Blueberry. Great clear to push it away.
I was going to say, right back the other way goes Goose. Did really well to get it past the midfield press of the Knights. Just could not get it in front of the goal as the Knights had already managed to get back and rotate onto defense. Time running out here for the Foxes in Game 4. They need offense and they need a goal.
Suitable Troy. We push it across. Prince Blueberry there. Save a Goose shot that was on net. 30 seconds left as Brava. The touch. Goose needs to get to this right here, and thankfully the pressure was on enough that the touch by Troy did not go towards the net. 50-50. This is going to fly all the way back to the Foxes end. Brava, I don't think he boost in that circumstance. Now it's going back the other way. Goose unable to get the touch. Prince Blueberry. Oh my goodness. Goose is going to put it back towards the net. It'll fall. And that was so close for the Foxes. If Goose would have realized the situation and put the bump on, that would have been an easy walk-in for Brava, and it's just so close. A missed opportunity there for the Foxes at the end of that game.
I'm going to disagree with you on where the fault lies on that play. The fault actually lies with Brava, where he loses control of the ball. If he keeps his head, if he just grabs a couple of boost pads and then boosts into the ball once he's got that underneath him, he'll have an open net still to shoot at. But the second that he flicks the ball outside with no chance to follow up on it is the moment that play breaks down and they lose the opportunity.
It would definitely be a great play to review. Because, I mean, it was, regardless, it was a missed opportunity for the Foxes.
It's true, but
And Prince Blueberry, all the credit in the world to him as he comes across and saves the game for his team.
Yeah, but I'll tell you this, though. It set up a decisive Game 5. And isn't that what we always want?
Exactly. Once again, and it seems like wow, what a shot by Brava. Great play off the face-off.
And if the ball's going to be up like this, if you're going to come out, you have to be aggressive and decisive to that one. Brava up very early from so far back. The Knights player, I believe it was Troy, sneaking up from the backfield, just took a little bit too long trying to get up to that ball. And that's why it goes over top and the Foxes take the lead early.
To your point, Jay, it seems like almost every series that I've had this past week has been a 2-2 game 4. It ends up being a deciding game 5 almost every single time, and it's really been enjoyable. Just seems like such close competition in the league as Brava, great touch. Goose unable to beat Prince Blueberry out. This is going to careen back to the Fox's end. Suitable Troy now pushing it back in, where Goose will clear and Bravo will pick up possession. Brava, great cut around, but Prince Blueberry is able to push it to the side. That is a shot towards net. Goose is there. Retention by Prince Blueberry and a great bump on Brava. But Suitable Troy on kind of the wrong end right there as he's not able to retain and put another shot on.
And then both the Knights retreating back very, very quickly. Prince Blueberry actually able to win that challenge in the corner. It bails out Troy, who'd gone straight back to net. Probably wouldn't have been in position to deal with a quick counterattack if the Foxes got that pass off out of the corner.
3:36 left on the clock. 1-goal lead here for the Foxes, where Goose is going to put a little bit of a touch up. Blueberry able to push it back into the corner, and Brava able to keep the ball in the corner, out of the box. Suitable Troy now, great touch, but Blueberry not quite there. That was a perfect threes pass, not quite as good in twos. Now, a missed touch by Goose. Prince Blueberry powers into the ball. He's able to get a shot on net.
Brava cheats up out a net on this one, and Goose missing the touch there. He's the last player back because of that cheat from Brava. Has to wait longer, Brava, in the net to make sure that Goose has that clear and is able to get it upfield rather than abandon the net in the hopes that they have a quick breakout.
3:09 left. Equalizer on the board. Goose, a little bit of a side touch there. Prince Blueberry skying over, makes the Foxes pay for the bad defensive rotation.
Unfortunately, Goose just really didn't get the contact he wanted. Again, though, Brava nowhere to be found defensively. He's gone so far upfield after the kickoff that there is nobody left to cover for Goose when he doesn't get the touch he needs to defensively.
Great 50 off of the faceoff. Goose will take possession. Leaves it for Brava, who's over one. Brava able to get it over two. This is going to be sky high for Goose, who is able to get a little bit of a side touch, but this is going to fly back the other way. Can Goose get around it to save? No, he cannot. Prince Blueberry with another goal on the board, and it's a 3-1 lead.
Goose this time gets a little bit too close on Brava's pass initially. It does get back to make the initial save, but Prince Blueberry read him all the way, positioned really well to block that one off and bury it on the dunk. 3 goals unanswered now for the Knights here as they look set to take Game 5, barring a big comeback for the Foxes.
Ball is centered. Brava, the backflip interfered with Goose taking the shot there. This ball will be back to the center where Brava gets a little bit of a hit. Nice dunk here. It will go to the side, and now it's in the corner of the Knights. Brava gets another touch. Mostly Fox's touches right now as the pressure is on from them. Not much going on with these touches, though, as Goose and Brava try to power through. This ball will go all the way to the other end, where Goose will pick up possession. Back flip to the side. We'll see the ball cleared back into the Fox's end now. And Prince Blueberry, great center for Suitable Troy, who is unable to finish that one off. Centered, Goose for Brava. This is going to drop down. That is on net, and Brava cuts into the lead with 1:36 left.
Good upfield play by Goose. Forces Prince Blueberry to come out. Brava, though, aggressive to that ball. If that play doesn't come off for them, it's right back into an open 2-on-0 for the Knights. High risk, high reward. They get the goal. They're within one. But if that trend continues, Kendo, I don't think the Foxes are going to be able to stay in this one.
Initial shot by Prince Blueberry will go up off the backboard. We'll see Goose passing it out. He's able to get it all the way into the nice corner. This is center, and both Foxes commit. We'll see if we can get a counterattack by the Knights here. Suitable Troy trying to flick the ball up. Goose there to interfere. 1:10 left. 1-goal lead for the Knights, who have cleared the ball into the Foxes' end. Great touch by Brava to keep it in the corner. He's going to pick up possession. Cuts one. This is on net. And he's able to tie it up with 54 seconds left.
Good control by Brava. Brings this one down and keeps it close to him this time on the dribble. Goes right around Suitable Troy. Has the open net as Prince Blueberry can't get back. That's the play we need to see out of Brava. The controlled aggression rather than the reckless stuff as he comes in on plays that Goose really should have first dibs on.
50 seconds left. We'll see what happens here in Game 5. Winner will take this series. Centered for Suitable Troy, just up off the backboard. Great stop there by Brava. Double demo. Suitable Troy and Goose demoing their respective teammates. This is a hit into the Knights' end by Brava. Goose is there to interfere. That's a nice doink. This is skied high for Goose and Blueberry. Able to push it to the side.
A big bump by Goose coming out, too. That might set up the follow-up shot, looking for the game winner.
But now an overcommit. Blueberry pushes it back the other way, and with 4 seconds left, the Knights have taken the lead.
Goose just got a little bit too close to that ball as Brava came in, trying to force the challenge there. It's just too close to respond as the Knights get control. There's a chance, but it's slim, Kendo. They need the kickoff win.
And not a good kickoff square to start that off in. This is center. Goose, can he do it? So close! Goes off to the side, and the Knights are going to win game number 5 and take the series.
The chance was there right on Goose's hood. Just could not find the target to finish that one off. You and I both clutching our heads at the end of that one as the Foxes did as much as they could that game. But I just feel personally that the overcommit through the midsection of the game from the Foxes is really what let them down in this one. They just let the game slip, got a little bit too far out of reach.
Absolutely. Great effort, though, by both teams, as we saw an extremely close game. Great matchup altogether. And I tell you what, the Foxes, I've seen in chat, they're calling this the C team for the Foxes. It didn't exactly show, to be honest. It looked like a very, very good, somewhat calculated team that was gelling extremely well. And if that's the C team, I can see why they've started out at now 13-7.
Yeah, they've had a really good start to the season, and you can tell that the pairings, the depth all the way down the Foxes roster, very, very strong at the moment. And they're doing a really good job getting wins, even in the series they lose. 2 wins out of a series there goes a long way, especially when they're against out-of-conference opposition like they are for these 4 weeks. You don't have those big swings that you do when you're playing against teams from your own division, like you do in the first 3 and the last 3 weeks of the season. So, good on the Foxes to pick up the wins where they can get them. And hopefully coming into the final push for the final 3 weeks, they'll have that playoff spot in their sights and keep up that consistency and the momentum.
Absolutely. And ironically enough, the Knights and Foxes end in the same fashion that they began. The Knights are now 7-13. The Foxes are now 13-7. The tale of 2 teams. What can I say, Jay?
That is about as poetic of an end as we can get. But that's going to conclude Showdown Sunday here on the MLD Network, and that also will conclude us for week 4. It'll be Urban Night as we get set for some of the more regular maps in the rotation. A return to something familiar as Urban Central takes a nice dark setting. Dark mode enabled for at least the next few weeks. We will have the live schedule up probably Wednesday night, Thursday at the latest as we get everybody scheduled for the week. But for myself, Kendo Chimblade, earlier, I've been an Anime Jake, and follow us on Twitter at our handles below. And if you haven't, if you have somebody else that's been on the stream that you want to follow, just do the exclamation casters command in chat. If you've seen a play that you like, make sure you've got it clipped. Send it to the Twitter at MLDoubles with the hashtag MLDPOTW to submit it for the Balls Guarana Play of the Week, sponsored by our friends at Balls Guarana. Get free shipping with code MLD at ballsbawls.com. And a shout out, as always, to our friends at Arctic Cooling. Check them out at arctic.ac. We will see you guys back Thursday night. As always, 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 Pacific, for the start of Week 5 on Turtle Goal Thursday. And for now, guys, stay tuned for the host. Looking like we'll send you to Rocket Dailies, see if one of our clips has made it over there. You guys have yourselves a great night. We'll see you next week.